Hello everybody, it's 101 here, and this is going to be a new video tutorial for my new monster trap design, which gets around the nerfs put in place in the 1.2.3 update. So yeah, some of you may have seen my last video in which I showed you a large monster trap working in the 1.2.3 update. Well, this is just going to be a tutorial for one of those units, like my old tutorial if you haven't seen that. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. First things first, before you start actually building this, you're going to want to clear away all of the caves. You're going to want to get a double chest full of a building material of your choice. I'm going to be using cobblestone. Now, although I'm in creative, I will not be flying to demonstrate that this can be built without flying relatively easily. So yeah, moving on, let's go. First thing you're going to want to do is make your collection canal. That's a pretty simple thing to do. I'll just demonstrate one section and then I'll speed up the rest. So what you're going to do is you're going to go out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks, add a 9th and go up 1, and do the same thing over and over again. You're going to want to do this, I think, 4 times in a row. So yeah, I'm going to speed that up, be back in just a second. Okay, now what you're going to want to do is put edges on this so that you can put water in it. And that's very simply going to be done by placing cobblestone down the edges. So yeah, just a moment while I do that. Okay, now that you have that done, the first thing you're going to want to do now is place water in each of these corners, as you do with the collection canal. And what this is going to do is transport the items to you, whilst you can stay far enough away that the trap will still work well, as you probably know by this point. Okay, so once you've done that, you're going to want to add a little T-shaped thing to the end. I'll show you how to do that. You're going to go 1 square, count this as a square, 2, 3, 4, and then go another 4 out in this direction. And then you're going to make that a bit wider so that it can be used as a canal. Bear with me a second. Okay, and once you've done that, you're going to add rims to it. But leave these endy bits open. Go 1 out and 1 up, like so. And then you're going to place water in this as well, and you should see that it meets that water and forms a nice little bend here where the item can, well, hang on a minute, will go in and then along. Nice and simple. So, now that you have this, what you're going to want to do is do the same thing you did here for 3 steps going out in that direction, like so. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and up 1, and so forth. I'll be back in just a moment once I have added that. Okay, right, now that you've got that done, you are going to place water in it, like so, just as you did on the main collection canal. And then you're going to do the same thing as this, but going out from the other side. Now, I'm not going to do that by hand on video, I'm going to do that with mcedit and the magic of video editing. So, here we go. And it's finished. Wasn't that brilliant? Anyway, what you're now going to do is you're going to put on edges, like so. And you're going to do this until it is at the same height as this top one. So, I'll speed this up right now, and you'll see what I mean in just a moment. Okay, there you go. You should now see more or less what I meant. This is basically where the monsters are going to die and their loot is going to fall down, so it can go to the collection canal. If you threw something in here, it would go down there and come out down there for you to pick up. But it's not going to kill them as it is. You need the lava blade to kill them. So now what you're going to do is you're going to build the shelf for the lava to sit on, and that's not, well, it's a bit tedious, but I'll show you how to do it nonetheless. Here we go. What you're going to do is you're going to raise this edge, the edge nearest your collection canal, up 1 square, and you're going to do that all the way along. So I'll just do that quickly now. Not going to bother speeding this up, I don't think. But anyway, get to the end. And there you have it. And now what you're going to do is you're going to make this entire ledge stick out 4 squares. Now again, I'll just show you the little endy bit here, and then I'm going to do the rest in mcedit. So yes, you just do this over and over again until you reach the far end. So well, it'll only take half a second. Here we go. And it's finished. Nice and simple. So yeah, now that you have your little lava blade holding area, what I'm going to ask you to do is fence it in so you can put lava in it. And what you're going to do that is you're going to build a little ledge here, and then you're going to bring it across. But I'm not going to use cobblestone for that bit, I am going to use glass, because glass looks cool. And cobblestone along the end. At this point you'll probably notice it's going to be very difficult to get up and down. So what you're going to do is you're going to go down to your collection canal, and you're going to build a little ladder for you to, so you can basically just climb up. And I'll put a ladder up there. I'll just get some ladder. Which one's ladder? There's a ladder. Cool. And place that along here. You're going to need to put a piece of stone there instead of a piece of glass, because you can't place ladders on glass. Anyway, I'm just going to go sleep, and then I'll show you how to do the next part. Okay, by this point, this is pretty much what you should have. It'll have the pair of collection canals, have the line of glass, it'll have a little shelf, and it'll have this connection canal coming down the front with a ladder on the top, bit. So yeah, next part is going to be making the shelf for the water, which is going to push the mobs into the lava killer. Now, you may think that's trivial, but it does need to be built in a specific way so that the top piece will line up. And I shall show you how to do that. First thing you're going to do is you're going to go another 3 squares out from this water canal here. 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to go up 1 and out 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now that you've gone out 8, you're going to go up 1. And you're going to continue this all the way across until you reach the other end, just as you did with the lava shelf holding thingy. Again, this is very tedious with shift. You'll be using the shift key a lot. Your pinky finger will probably hurt by the time this is finished. But yes, you're going to have to do that. So I will go ahead and mcedit this rather than making you watch me build it all. So yeah, be right back in just a moment. Right, so there we go. I have done that, gone ahead and done that in mcedit. And what you're now going to do, well, again, you're going to do this by hand. I'm only doing it in mcedit for the sake of the tutorial, but yes, so moving on, once you've done that, you're going to put the little rims on so the water doesn't just go off the edge, like so. So I'm just going to run over there and do the same thing again on that side. Now, people with a keen eye will have noticed that water placed at the end is now going to flow. Instead of stopping at this edge, it's going to flow 1 square over and it's going to go in. Even cleverer people will have noticed it's just going to flow into this channel and mess everything up. But that's only because we have not yet put the ladders in place, which are going to hold up the lava. So that's what we're going to do now. What you're going to do simply is put ladders all the way along this. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to mean that the lava you place on this shelf is going to stick one out, so that the mobs get pushed into the lava. Additionally, it's going to stop the water that's flowing along here from falling into that canal and messing everything up. So, I'll just quickly add all of these. It's 57 ladders, I believe. I'm not sure, haven't done the maths. Anyway, onwards. Now what you shall do is you shall go up 1 square, just above and to the side of the ladders like so, and you should build across like this. And this is vital because it prevents the mobs from climbing up the ladders and just losing all of their drops in the lava, which you don't want from a mob trap because you want to keep the items. It's kind of the whole point of this. So yep, going to speed this up as well. And there you have it, nice and simple, but very, very important. Now, you may notice that you can't actually get down there anymore, so what you're going to do is you're just going to punch a little hole so you can still get through. It's not vital just yet, because we're not actually killing any monsters yet. Now on to the more, well, the trickier part. Well, it's not tricky, it's another tedious part, I'm afraid. What you're going to do is you are going to raise this wall up on top of this, and all the way around by 4 squares. Like so. So you can just jump down, 1, 2, 3, jump down, 1, 2, 3, and so forth. You just keep doing this over and over again until you've gone all the way around your trap. Again, I will not be doing this on screen because it's too tedious, so I'll just go ahead and edit that now. And this is what it should look like. Nice and simple. Now that you've done this, you no longer need to worry about falling into that. You need to worry about going in there. So you can go ahead. Sorry, I may have just mcedit out my hole. Oh well. That's what she said. No. Anyway, what you're now going to do is you're going to fill this with water. Now, a lot of people are going to tell you need to bucket all the water out. You have to do it one by one by one, but you really don't. Now, I can't really demonstrate to you how this works in creative, but I can kind of show you. What you do is you place a bucket of water here, and then your second bucket of water 2 squares over, and then you can take from this source, and then you can move it again, take from there, move it again, and you can fill lots and lots of sort of big area of water very quickly. Now, of course, I don't need to do this because I'm in creative. I can just spam right-click and it'll fill the whole thing right up. So yeah, I'll go ahead and do that quickly. Water pushing me, which is very annoying. Screw it, I'm flying. And there you have it. And that should force, well, basically the mob's going to fall into this water and they're going to be pushed into the lava, as you probably guessed by now. And I am going to go, hang on, there we go. I know I said I wouldn't fly, but oh well. There you go. So now that you put water in there, you don't need to go in there again. You can, you can block that up, and then you can get your lava, and you can put it into here. And you should see that it flows out and not into the water, because it'll be stopped by these ladders. So close the third, and then fourth block, and then it stops. So the monsters will be pushed into it, and their loot will fall at foot height and go into the water to be picked up. Nice and simple. Now, that's all well and good. But you're going to need to bucket all the lava out of your mine, or wherever you found a lava supply, and you're probably going to want to make maybe 20 or 30 buckets so you can fill your inventory and then go again. So, lucky me, I'm in creative, I can just spam right click again. But you're not going to be so lucky, you're probably going to have to bucket it out. So yeah, just get moving with this, finish it off, and back over here and plug it down there. You are still going to get on top though, so you're going to want to make a little path so that you can still get across the lava without, well, dying, obviously. I like to make this a bit wider, so there's no chance of me falling in. And I just want the extra ladder there. Good, good. Now, if you like, you can cover this all over with glass, like I am going to, I'm going to do it in mcedit, I'm not going to bother you with that. But yeah, I'm just going to leave it open for the moment. Now what you're going to do is you're going to climb up here, and you're going to probably want a ladder as well, again. And you're going to extend these out, one in this direction, like so. Don't want to do that. And just do this. This is to, well, the pistons are going to sit on top of this, basically, and the reason you need this line of blocks here is to A, make it easier to place the pistons, and B, to stop light from going through them, because pistons will let light through when open. I'm not sure why they do that, but they do, and that can affect monster spawning. So I will go ahead and do that off screen, and you'll see what I mean in just a second. Alright, so now I've done that, you can kind of see what's happened. You've extended the ledge out, one on each side. Now what you're going to do, sorry for flying, is you're going to put pistons on it, like so. And what these pistons do is they shift the floor so the monsters can fall down into the water. You may not see how that's going to work right now, but you will when the trap is working, so just bear with me. You want to put these all the way along, and you're going to want to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to speed this up, so you don't have to watch me place all of these. And there you have it. It should look something like this. Now again, this is a resource heavy part of the job, as a piston requires a piece of iron and a piece of redstone. So you're going to need about 2 stacks of redstone and 2 stacks of iron in order to do this. So yeah, I don't recommend this unless you already have a fairly well developed world with decent stockpiles. Anyway, onwards to the next stage, which is going to be to put another rim on this damn thing. Yes, another one. And it's just going to go around the edges like this. And it's also going to go behind the pistons, like so. So let me just finish this off quickly. Alright, so now you've completed that part, you're going to get started on the floor. Now I'm going to be using this funky wood stuff from the 1.2.4 update, because it looks really cool with this texture pack. So yeah, flooring. Very simply, just place this in here. This is going to go all the way along to the far end of the trap, obviously, because you want the maximum spawning space you can get. Just continue this. But very important to note that you do not put anything here, because if you put it there, then the pistons can't push it anywhere. There's nowhere for it to go. And again, you're going to want to continue this all the way along, like I have done so here, using mcedit, the magic of video editing. I don't know how smooth that transmission was, but I think it was pretty good. Anyway, the next stage is vitally important. It prevents spiders from spawning in this trap, because we don't want spiders in this trap, because they will not fall through, because a block is 1 by 1 and a spider is 2 by 2. So yeah, they don't fall through. I'll show you how to do that just now. It's very simple actually. You go 2 from this edge, 1, 2, and you place a block. Then you go 1, 2, you place another block. 1, 2, place another block. 1, 2, and then you don't place one here, because this is over that edge bit, like over there. And you're going to repeat this 1, 2, all the way along, like so. And how does this work? Well, if you think about it, a spider spawns in the middle of a block with its legs poking into the 8 blocks around it, and if there is no space big enough for a spider to spawn and have its legs poking into those 8 blocks, then they will not spawn. This is great because they would clog up this trap and eventually cause it to stop. So just do that all the way along, nice and simply. Go ahead and speed this up as well. Alright, so now you've done that, you're pretty much finished. The trap is pretty much done. All you need to do now is put the walls and the roof on. So you go 1, 2, 3, and you just do this all the way around. And it's a very tedious job, as I said before. But there are a couple things to note about it that you should really, well, you need to do this, you need to pay attention to this. You cannot go over the pistons with this wall, because if you do, then the monsters will get stuck in the little gap when it's there, and they'll just get mashed around rather than actually falling down, and various other nasty things that you really don't want. Some nasty frame rate lag there, thank you fraps. Anyway, so as I said, you're just going to do this all the way around like so. Alright, so now you put the walls on, all you need to do is get inside here and put the roof on. Again, a very annoying, tedious thing to do, so I'm just going to mcedit that on. And again, can be made of anything. It's just a roof, there's not much to say about it really, just do that all the way along. And I know the blocks are annoying, but they're very important, so don't remove them. Next order of business is going to be to cover over the top of these pistons. I know I said don't do it with wall, but that's with the wall. You just need to cover them over so that the light doesn't get through them while they're open. I'm going to leave the little door there so I can still get in. So yep, I'm going to go do those 2 things in mcedit, and then I shall show you how to do the redstone. Okay, so as you can see, the roof is now on, nice and simple. And I've covered both sides over, well, I've covered the pistons on both sides over with cobblestones, the light doesn't get through. Now, for the redstone, you might think it'd be simple, but it really isn't. You've got to start at this corner over here. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to go 1 in, and you're going to place 3 repeaters going outwards, you're going to make them all maximum delay. Okay, so you get that, and then you power them at the end with a torch. And then you're going to take redstone along. And you're going to take this redstone, sorry for the piston noises, all the way along until it stops working. And when it stops working, you place a repeater with no delay, and then a block. And then on top of the block, you place a piece of redstone like that, so that these two pistons still get power. And then you should be able to continue, and it'll still work. And you just rinse and repeat with this. All the way along, all the way around. When you get to this corner over here with the redstone, you're going to place 3 more repeaters. This time continuing around on this little ledge. When you get to the far end of the ledge, you're going to put another 3 repeaters like so. Of course with redstone in between them. So I'm going to do that off camera, because it's again a little tedious and a little hard to explain. So be right back. Okay, so once you've gone all the way around, and you've gotten back to your little torch here, you should be able to quickly punch out the torch and use a piece of redstone, and this loop will stay powered without any power, and that is how you know that it works. So once it's done that, and you know it's working, you can punch out this piece of redstone and wait for everything to go off. So you wait for this to go off as well, and then you put the redstone back. Now all you really need to do is start the machine up, and that is extremely easy. All you do is place a block, and then get a lever. Hang on a minute, I've got to find a lever. There's a lever. Place the lever there, get rid of the lever, you only need one. And flick it down, and put a torch on. And that will generate a very quick pulse every time you place a torch on the block. And that starts up the machine, very simply, very easily. And now it's finished, it is literally finished, ready to go. All you need to do is flick it off peaceful, and it should start generating loot. There are a couple of other things you might want to do. You might want to light up the front, you might want to put torches on the top so that mobs don't spawn here during the night. But other than that, you are finished, and I can switch it on, which I'm going to do, and I'll be back in just a moment when it has warmed up. Alright, it's working rather nicely, isn't it? So it's a rather considerable number of items. I'd say there's probably 5, maybe 6,000 items per hour. Now, in your legit world, a single one of these cells is not going to produce 5 or 6,000 items per hour because of caves and such. But you can improve that by lighting the caves up. You can probably get 3, maybe 4,000 items per hour from one of these units, which is fairly acceptable. It's about the same as my last high item rate mob trap I built. So yeah, once you've cleared away the caves, they'll work rather nicely. Now, if you want to see a bigger version with 4 of these units all attached together, built legit in single player, then click on that link right there, and that'll take you there. In the meantime, if you do like my videos, then please rate, comment, subscribe for more of them. It really helps me out. So yeah, see you guys next week. Peace out.